Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and I'm here today with an exceptional piece of pre-owned inventory. Being a Porsche store, just about everything that we deal with is very special, very exciting, very unique. But the car I'm standing next to today is even more so in just about every way. I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to start with what I think separates this car the most, and then we'll dive into some of the more intricate nuances and little details about it that really make it a one of one, to say the very least. The most striking thing is, of course, the color. This is a custom color. It is Brewster green, which is on the custom color selection list with Porsche. It looks awesome. I don't know how it's coming through on the video, but it's a very deep, very rich green that just looks phenomenal on these curves, and really makes it very, very unique. Custom color is an option that you can select on our cars. It's a little bit pricey, so it's not selected very often, and makes the cars super unique. And we're always really excited whenever we see one with that option. This is, of course, a 718 Spyder, and what's significant about that, not only just the car itself and how cool it is, the fact that it's kind of, the high high echelon of your Boxsters, higher performing variants. It's naturally aspirated 4-liter flat six, over 400 horsepower, but most significantly, they're now out of production. So you cannot order this car brand new anymore. The opportunity to do that is gone and won't be coming back. We know when they redesign the 718s, they won't come with a gasoline engine anymore. That the car will switch to being fully electric. So this really is the last of a pretty special thing. It is a mid-engine car. This one has a manual transmission, even naturally aspirated engine. It's exceptional. The fact that it's all of those things, and it's a custom color, of which there are, maybe a handful in the world, if that. Really a very, very special thing. And then even beyond that, we'll start to talk about some of the options on this one. The roll bars here, they are painted to match the body color. Now that's always a nice option to see, but it's even more unique on this car because when you select the custom color option, they don't actually let you tick that box to paint the roll bars. In order to do that, there had to be a special request made. So Porsche has kind of a special wishes division where you can say you want an option that the configurator doesn't actually allow, and in some cases Porsche will allow you to do it just at an additional expense, and it takes a little bit more time and you have to go through a process. But with this car, that was done as well. So not only custom color, not only is it the car that's no longer available as new, but it also has an option that wasn't even on the configurator that to me really completes the whole package by just that touch of extra color on the roll bars. I love it, and again makes this car so unique compared to all the other ones on the market. And when I say all the other ones, being a 718 Spyder, there aren't many out there to begin with, and this one's just even more exceptionally unique. So now I'll run down some of the other options that were selected with this one, starting with the outside, and then we'll move in. These wheels are the standard wheel. They're the 20-inch 718 Spyder wheel, but in this one they were optioned to be satin black, which is that matte black finish, to go with kind of the green and black combination here. Just about everything that could have been made black was either black or painted. So some other things would be those brake calipers. You notice they are gloss black. The standard calipers would have been red, but to kind of keep it more cohesive with the colors, those were optioned to be painted gloss black. As well, the door handle, painted gloss black too. And then you'll find on the back of the car, the Porsche logo is matte black, and the 718 Spyder model designation is painted gloss black. So that theme kind of continues throughout the outside of the car. Up front, you'll see the LED PDLS headlights. So those are the top level headlights, and they have the auto high beam function. You can leave your high beams on. If they see somebody coming the other way, they'll automatically turn off, and they're dynamic too. So they'll turn with the steering wheel, and they'll look further down the road as you speed up to kind of match your speed. Moving on then to the inside of the car, very unique in here as well. Probably the most significant option being the carbon bucket seats, those lighter weight, high performance seats. I love them. They fit super well. Very snug, obviously save weight. A lot of what this car is about is weight savings. You notice that probably primarily with the roof. It works a little bit differently than a conventional Boxster does. It's more manual to save weight. The seats just dial that up again a little bit further, and not to mention they're just really cool to look at as well. Other stuff inside, it has the leather slash Racetex interior. So your dashboard will be leather wrapped. The upper part of the doors are leather, but then kind of the lower part of the doors and the dash are Racetex, formerly known as Alcantara. So it's a synthetic suede material, very kind of race car feel in there, very well suited to the car. And then throughout we have a bunch of chalk stitching. So you have contrast stitching on the tops of the doors, different kind of smaller parts of the doors inside the steering wheel. This has a leather steering column as well, which will have the contrast stitch. And then quite rarely seen is the kind of extended leather dash option. So right up against the glass, on the farthest away from the driver part of the dashboard, all of that is leather wrapped as well with the contrast stitch throughout. Usually that part would be plastic, even on a quote unquote full leather interior. But with this one, all that's leather wrapped as well. Even the end of the dash. So when you open the door and see that part where kind of the edge of the dash meets the door as they close, that part is leather wrapped with a contrast stitch as well. Really no surface left untouched on this one, which I love to see. It's so cool. It's, Porsche is such a neat brand and so unique in allowing you to wrap all of these little things in leather and make it feel just so exceptionally premium. As well, carbon trim in the interior, so you have that kind of strip of carbon that goes throughout. Tying that in, then the door sills are also carbon fiber and illuminated with the model designation. I always like to see if you're going to have one option in carbon, the other ones that are available in carbon do that, so it all kind of matches, which was done here. What other stuff am I missing in there? Of course, the seat belts in chalk as well to match that stitching, give you that little bit more contrast on the inside. The sun visors is what I was getting to. Those are leather wrapped as well. Typically that would be vinyl, which is fine, but it is a surface that you are interacting with on a somewhat regular basis, pulling down those sun visors. So to have that nice smooth leather finish and texture is nice. Definitely does make a difference in the day-to-day with the car. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Some of the, less so the dressings, but more of the physical content inside. It does have the Bose upgraded sound system. It does have Apple CarPlay as well as the integrated Porsche navigation system. We also have the two-zone, so dual-zone climate control in this one. And people often say, well, you know, it's such a small cabin, do you really need the two zones? But what people don't always realize is that is what gives you also the option to physically see the degrees of temperature change versus just seeing kind of the number of dashes that you're increasing or decreasing it by. So a small thing, but it is nice and makes the car a little bit more enjoyable to live with. Also the smoking package equipped on this one, which people often misunderstand, does not mean the car was smoked in or was intended to be smoked in, but just gives you kind of a more complete center console with the lid over that area as on kind of the just before the armrest. So you have a small space there inside. Most people would use for coins. Technically, it's an ashtray, but when you get that smoking package, you get the lid over it so that it looks a little bit more well finished. That was optioned on this car too. And I think that's just, oh, the armrest, of course, is in Racetex 2 with the Porsche logo on there, which I think is a beautiful touch. You do, if you're going to see it on any car, it tends to be on these ones, the 718s or the GT4s, maybe GT3s. So I really like it. Tends to me, it really completes the package inside. I'm sure I've missed a whole lot because this is such an exceptional car, but I've maybe gone on enough for this video. So if you're intrigued, if you want to know more, give us a call or pay us a visit when we're done here. This one will be on display in our showroom. So again, do come down and check it out for yourself. Thanks so much for watching.